1017 mob, tag them. Mud money mob, start tagging these niggas, man. Whole lot of mob shit. Motherfucking president, nigga. Y'all better listen to me. Let's get it.
Cream man, 30 on me, big bag, dirty on me. Yo ho, working on me. My niggas murking, homie. Hit his ass, laser tag, 50 round drum, 100 round drum. Mop him up when the time comes. Mask on, mask off. Big dog, big boss. You broke your loss. Like a tag a nigga, yeah ho. Cream man doing numbers. I got hitters, I got runners. We gon' tag them by them commas. Yeah.
30 days straight, I've been trapping. Look what happened. Bitch, I'm acting. I know about your baby mama, she get naked. Gotta tell them to chill. Younger with me, why that action? I be in the dungeon with dragons, hot boy shit, demons and ashes, lady baby shit, dope boy magic. You smell the gang through the plastic, smoking on runs. I'm trying to stuff every gram in the blunt. Ask him, this ain't what you want. That laser gon' make a bitch nigga freeze. He hit my line on a Wednesday, saying to play off for Thursday. He called me back on a Friday, asking why I didn't serve him. Boy, that little money ain't worth it. Me and you was the fee and the purpose. The president, meaning I'm the plug. You lucky to see me in person, bitch. Hey, had to put the campaign on furlough. You know they be working shit. Ain't come for no problem, but shut up your partner. My youngin' be murking shit. Yeah, I taught him how to go get a bag. Flip the shit and make it flip again. Talking about she can do better than me. I tell that bitch, handle your business then. I'm a business and a businessman. I'm the reason why you say your baby daddy got a brand new dental plan. All the knocked out the middleman. Mud money, what I represent. Cause we got it out the mud, nigga. 1017 mile with us. Face shaking, I don't fuck with you. 30 days I was quarantined in the trap setting up plays, nigga. Glizzy louder than some barber clippers. I ain't gonna shoot the fade with you. Fujiana got smoke, I'ma make a call, send a couple grave diggers. He got WAP on the line telling me to chill, but they shouldn't have played with us. On 30 days straight, I've been trapping. Look what happened. Bitch, I'm at it. I know about your baby mama, she get nasty. Gotta tell them to chill. The younger with me, by that action. I be in the dungeon with dragons, hot boy shit, demons and ashes, lady baby shit, dope boy magic. You smell the gas through the plastic, smoking on runs. I'm trying to stuff every gram in the blood. Asking, this ain't what you want. That laser gon' make a bitch nigga freeze.
I grew up thuggin', muggin' on the block, pussy with them same nigga. Wreck round women every day, he got a big pistol, wig splitter. Pussy nigga on the net said he a real killer. Nigga, bitch. Six ass in person, nigga did the real thriller. Pussy nigga, I around there, well, by
We are back. Welcome to Let's Chat. I'm Miss Lissha, and I got my right hand, and most of the time she is my left, the fabulous Miss Toni. Hey, see?
Hey, Leash, you will bring me up when I have half a cookie in my mouth.
Oh, my bad, see, my bad. Sorry, but I wasn't paying attention. I should have looked at the picture before I just put it on. Welcome to Let's Chat. We are here, y'all. We got Forever Paid Cinco in the building. So before we get started, I'm put this disclaimer out. There is a link in the comments. If you are coming in on the broadcast link and you are not the guest, we're going to remove you. Hit the link to either join our Facebook page or our YouTube page where this interview is going to be broadcast. But we will remove you if you're not him.
All right. And you see the two links in our chat location.
Absolutely. So listen, I'm excited because this is going to be a great interview. I'm excited for him. I don't even know him, but I hear he got that work, and so we want to hear about the work he putting out there. What's going on?
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Forever Paid Cinco, aka Cinco just flipped to a bankroll. How y'all doing?
We are good. So we ask every guest that comes on our show about a goal moment. And a goal moment is when thought and execution comes together. A lot of times we're really mindful about how we pour into other people, how we speak to other people. And we tend to be lukewarm about ourselves, which draws in lukewarm people. So we want to ask, what was your goal moment like when you decided to say, this is what I'm about to do?
I want to say my goal moment was I was probably about like 17, and I was like really just playing. Like I was making music, I was making it, I was having it, but I was like really like, I wouldn't say scared, but I really didn't want to put it out to people yet, like because I didn't feel like if it was ready or not for folks to listen. So when I got about like 7, 18, I started thinking, okay, maybe let's start working on some projects, putting a little thought to this stuff, and then having a little meaning behind it and stuff like that. So after I put a little thought to it and stuff, I said, okay, around 2018, I started putting out music for folks. So yeah, that was probably about my moment. I was really just playing at first, and then around
You got
2018, I
serious.
started taking it more serious and
Mm-hmm.
looking at the business side, because it's more of a business side. This industry really involves on the business side more than talent. Like it's probably 10%. They look at a lot of record labels and stuff. They look at 10% of talent, and
That's right.
the rest 90% is
Mm-hmm.
business. And folks, rappers don't understand that. They just rap and stuff. But you gotta come with a bag behind yourself if you kind of do something with your career. That's just life. I mean, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah.
Absolutely. Now, how did you get connected and get signed to Ugly Money and connect with Blue Marley?
Um. Well, like I was saying, I said when I was playing, like when I said I was playing, like I had already like knew Blue Marley and stuff. I had already knew who he was working
Mm-hmm.
with, all this stuff. So years and passed by and stuff, and I'm like, okay, it's time. It's about that time. So that's when I contact Blue Marley. I knew Blue Marley like, well, it's been going on like 2, 3 years now. I've been knowing him, but when I hit him the first
Mm-hmm.
time, I was ready. So he basically told me, hey man, you go get your stuff ready. You come back to me
That's
when you
right.
you get ready, you come back to me, and then that's how we went about that. So when I got ready, I called Blue. I'm like, hey man, look, I think I'm ready. I got my tracks ready. I got my bread right. Like, let's make some motion, basically. Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's one thing about him. He is about that business. He is
That's
the
right.
business side of music. And he gonna let you know up front, you're not ready. Even if you think you're ready, he's gonna be honest with you. He's never gonna
Mm-hmm.
let you walk in blind, like, okay, you say you're ready, come on. He's gonna be like, no, I'm letting you know you're not ready, because he don't want you to step into something and jump off the porch and your shoes is not even tied. He wants you to
That's
know
right.
what you're stepping into and be ready for it.
That's
So
right.
when you decided to take this step into your journey, who was your biggest supporter?
I want to say my girl, well, I'm gonna say the mother of my child. She was my main supporter. She was the one telling me, you gotta get up, you need to make this track today. And then Blue also, he was right there in my ear, like, hey, what you got done today? You ain't do nothing yet today. Hey, you need to be getting on some stuff. Like he was
That's
the
right.
whole time basically. So I get shouts out to him, and I get shouts out to my girl for being right
Mm-hmm.
there. And I got a couple. It's some more folks. Shouts out to my sisters. Reese DiBiase. She be supporting me, all that good stuff. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Reese. Yep, she in
Hey,
here.
Reese. But you know something,
Shouts out to Reese.
the one thing that Lissha and I love about Blue Marley is that, like Lissha said, he's about his business and he holds people
Mm-hmm.
accountable because he holds himself accountable and he knows what he
Right.
brings to the table. So he wants
Mm-hmm.
everyone at the table to eat. He
Yeah,
wants
that's
everyone at the
absolutely
table
right.
to be putting forth their best. And that's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that we always love about Blue Marley. And we love when he comes to visit us. So I can't wait to talk to him again. But that's accountability. That's one word, at least
Right.
we hold in my household is that accountability.
Right.
And that's real. That's when someone has your back,
Go
front,
back.
side, and
That's
Yeah.
right.
everything.
Yeah, because
And
like
even,
what a lot of
mm-hmm.
people don't understand with Blue, like yeah, he's my manager and stuff, but like I look at it, me and him, we look at it like totally different. Like he tell me stuff that encourage me and motivate me to like move through
Mm-hmm.
life, like other than his music, because there's other
That's
stuff
right.
like outside of this basically. So yeah, that's one thing I like about Blue. It's more than just business and all that stuff. It's really actually a relationship built, and I actually know him and stuff like that. I look at him as like a brother, and really he older than me, so I look at him like bigger than a brother. That's my big brother, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to commend you, because the first person you shouted out was your girl. And and ladies, that is our purpose. Our purpose, we are here to help our men birth out whatever it is God
Right.
has put in their spirit. If he got
Mm-hmm.
if he got a wood table, our job is to help him make that wood table a glass table. And a lot of times, the women in your life, we are here to make sure you're accountable. And sometimes that process is a hard process, and sometimes it's an easy process, but that is part of our purpose. Our purpose, whether it's your sister, your mother, whoever, our job is to make sure that accountability is your first thing. This is what you want to do. This is what you got to do to make it happen. And my job is to make sure that I'm the backup to the backup. So if you ain't up by a certain time, my job is to make sure you get up. If you're not motivated, my job is to motivate you. If you got a interview, an appointment, my job is to make sure if you're not on it, then I'm on it for you. So we commend her for being your support system and helping you push this forward. So tell us about your first song. We're going to have to put it on here, but I got to convert it into an MP3. So it's going to be played on our show every time we have a show. But tell us about your first single.
My first single, Gotta Have It. It was one of those nights. I had my homeboy come down basically, and we had went on a little double date and stuff, and we had a good time. Basically, after that, we went back to the house and we was thinking, man, let's go record some music. We ain't doing nothing else basically and stuff like that. So I ended up calling the producer, asking if he had a little section ready for us, and he happened to have a session for us. So we ended up going to the session and stuff, and the dude, Lil Rip, the dude I got on the feature, he's little, so he's young. So it's like at this point, I'm trying to I want him to start off too, basically, and because I was
That's right
at one point, and I was like, he wasn't so confident in himself, so
pay it forward.
I was really I want to say, I was giving him advice for certain stuff, like how to come in on this track, what to say, what might sound better, and stuff like that. So
That's right.
really, he came in, he had said something that was fine. I was just like, bro, that's hard right there, bro. And then he was like, he really wasn't feeling it. He was like, you sure? And I'm like, nah, bro, that's hard, bro. I'm telling you, that hard right there, man. And he was like, all right. So we kept that little part, and we did the hook. It's time for my verse now, and my verse, I'm thinking like what I'm finna say when I come off. I know I gotta go hard because that's the first verse on the song. Don't nobody want no boo boo.
That's right.
And they like,
that's right.
Let's change this stuff. Let's change this. You know what I'm saying? So I thought of a good little way to come in, and then that's how that just went about. After that night, we went back, turned up a little bit, and then that's about how we made that song and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. And the first thing that I noticed about you, just by the way you speak and the way you carry yourself, is your work ethic. You have that work ethic that you grind hard. When it's time to grind, you in it, you get it together. And we need that. You need that as part of your success. And it's not saying that everything you do will always be successful, but when you grind in, you have no choice. Either it's going to be successful, and even if it's not, I bet you everybody know your name by the time you get done. And that's really your job, is to put your name on any and everything that you do, so that anything that they hear, anything that they experience, anything that they see, they know when it comes from you, it's going to be the best of the best that you can give. Now, what have you learned about yourself? We've had a whole pandemic. We've had so much going on. What have you learned about yourself between 2019 and 2021?
Really, I learned.
Look down at the camera. Look down.
Well, not even when I was little, basically, but in 2020, I find myself getting a lot of stuff getting to me and stuff like that, and when a lot of stuff would get to me, it would knock me off of just certain things, like my hustle and my music, and then my family and all that type of stuff. So I had learned through that. I just gotta stop letting things get to me, because when things get to me, it makes me lack on certain things. So after I got over that, after that, it was go time about that time. Yep.
Absolutely.
I want to stay on that trend, but
ahead,
do you find? Sorry, Leash. I want to stay on that trend with the pandemic and everything. But do you find what you did learn about yourself over that year and a half period? Does it come through your music? Have you been able to incorporate that into your music? Did we lose him, Leash?
Can you hear us, for?
Because like I said, I go through things. Yeah. yeah, but like I was saying, I would go through things and stuff, and basically those things that I was going through, I would put those in my music. Like
Mhm.
basically, I hit rock bottom or something like that. I put how I hit rock bottom in a song, and basically after that, I would like show like, okay, I hit rock bottom, but now I'm look at me now. Basically, like I could compare those two
Mm-hmm.
things into a song because at this point I was going through that. So at this point
Right.
I was going through this, and then put it all together as one in a song, and then that's how I
Mm-hmm.
can. Sometimes I make a lot of my songs based like off of that, like what I go through. I rap about the same thing the whole song because that's like same thing, different topics, basically different little things to throw in there and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I want to piggyback off what you said because it's very important, not just to grind, but in success, you have to know how to control yourself and keep your own self in check. You can't expect other people to check you. So being able to say, I had to not let stuff get to me, I had to learn, that's part of the process because it's a
Yep.
necessity. Because once you go into that next level, some stuff, if you don't mind, then it don't matter, and we
Mm-hmm.
have to get ourselves into that mindset. If I don't mind, then it don't matter. And a lot of times we let ego take over, and ego puts you in a trick bag every time. But when you on a mission and you trying to go somewhere, you have to have ego on the back burner and say, listen, you know
Yep.
sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
can make time, but there's no pettiness in success. I can't be petty and be successful at the same time. you
Right.
know
Right.
and then that's very important because you're a writer. um Ultimately, at your core, you make music, but you have to write it. That means that you have to have that skill to be able to feel it.
Hmm.
And a black man that can write is a powerful man.
Mm-hmm.
You have a platform that puts you in a position to be powerful. How does that feel for you?
I feel like I feel like with that and just like freestyling and punching in because when you writing stuff, it's like you actually putting thought to it. So when you actually putting thought to it and stuff like that, it's meaning more. It's probably going to hit 10 times harder when someone's listening to it and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff. Because when they're freestyling, a lot of rappers they'll just say this and say whatever to make it sound good and keep it going and stuff like that. But then you got when you write, when you can tell the difference from a rote song and a freestyle song. But I'm not gonna lack no artists on there because you got some hard ass artists that's just they can come on there freestyle and say some real stuff and keep it pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And but when you write, I feel like when you write, it's a whole different perspective because it's like it's more to me. It's more meaningful. To me, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And you never know who's listening that may be touched by your music. You
Mm,
know, everyone receives music in a different way, but the receiving is there. So you
mhm.
never know who is at what point in their journey that may need to hear that word. You know, that's
Absolutely.
like you read a word, you can hear a word, and it's so important and it affects everyone differently, but also
Right.
lets them know that they're not alone.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. And the one thing
Mm-hmm.
I like is that you pay it forward. You took that young producer and said, "Listen, let me show you so that you'll know." Because as I position myself, I want to be able to position
Mm,
you, but I need you to be ready for that
Right.
position. I need you to be on point. So then I
that's
need
a
you to know these things so that when it
Mm-hmm.
comes up, I need you ready because everybody can't go with you, but the ones that do go or that can go, you need them to be ready. You need them to understand what's going
mm,
on, understand what your vision is so that they can learn their own vision. Because sometimes,
right.
a lot of times, especially men, they have the ambition, but they really don't have the vision.
Mm,
They have like a hope, things that they want to do, but they don't have that drive behind them. And so sometimes just you doing what you do inspires people that may not even say two words to you, but they're inspired just by knowing where you've come from, knowing the things that you've been through, and seeing you move around. And so it's very important that you're able to do that. Now, what are some of the things that are important for
going on, boo.
you as far as paying it forward and making sure that the people around you and your community is
Mm,
understanding what they have to do to get where they want to be?
okay, can you say that one more time for me, please? I'm sorry.
For you, what are some of the things that are important that you like to make sure that people understand, whether it's the people around you or the people in your community, as you go through your journey?
Really, I would say, do watch the people you hang around with. If you run with the
Hmm.
wrong crowd, then you gonna get pulled in right with them, basically. And if they're sinners, basically, you're sinning right there with them. You didn't have to do it or anything. You could have been involved in it or something like that. But if you're following them, you're gonna get pulled into it. So I would say, like, just be your own person at the end of the day, and be yourself, because when you're following, it's not gonna be right,
That's right. You're
basically.
absolutely right. You're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely right. And if you could change anything, so you've been in the business since 2018, so you have experienced the business
Mm-hmm.
side. If you could change
Right.
anything about the industry based on what you have experienced, what would you change if you had the power to change it?
Um, I would probably change. Let's see. I would change the. I would change it backwards. I'd do it vice versa. Like I said earlier, it's more 90% business than talent. So
Hmm.
let's do the 90% talent and 10% business. I mean, that sound about right to me. I rather like that than what it is now. But I mean, I'm not gonna complain on what it is now, because at the end of the day, I look at it as a blessing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I yeah, just a big old blessing, basically. So
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I think you're right, because a lot of people, they may have talent, but they're not marketable. You see what I'm
right,
saying? And
because
you got to be marketable in any industry. You absolutely
mm,
have to be marketable. And you have
right,
to know you. What is it going to take me to do and change about myself for me to market myself? Because it's kind of like writing a book. Once you have written that song and you've laid that track, that's only a portion of what it's going to take. Now, not only do
right,
you have to sell yourself, you got to sell your music at the same time, which is a hard process.
mm,
And so you have to make sure that you're ready to make the changes, because being marketable means that you got to be able to relate, not
right,
just your music relate, but you got to be relatable. You have to be able to be seen on every aspect as a businessman, as an artist, and you have to be able to say, I don't demand a seat at the table, I am the table. So when y'all want to sit here, this is what it is. What have you
mm.
learned about the industry? And I want you to drop at least 4 jewels on new artists coming through based on the experience and things that you have learned about the industry.
Okay. Can I ask you one question? What would you mean by jewels?
Jewels is just like a word, wisdom, dropping wisdom
Oh,
on
wisdom.
on those
Okay.
that are coming in based on what you have learned and experienced about the industry, knowing the business side and the side about being an artist. Drop some jewels on those that are aspiring to be a artist as well.
Okay. Well, on the business side, is it's a tricky game. You got to be careful. I feel like
Hmm.
you shouldn't jump into it if it's just yourself, because at that point, that's like gambling. If it's just you, because you don't know what that person could do. You don't know if they're serious or legit, basically, and stuff like that. So on the business side, I wouldn't say you would want to be more careful and before you're signing anything or any contracts, all that type of stuff. And
Hmm.
then, yeah.
Absolutely. And
I
what
want
else?
to ask him.
And
Wait,
I'm
he got
sorry,
some
Lisa.
more jewels, T.
Okay, I thought he
Three
was
more.
done.
Yeah, 3 more jewels. 3 more jewels. 3 more things that you would tell them that will prepare them for the journey they about to take. 3 more. You gave one. What
okay.
else?
One more thing I would say is stay consistent
Mm-hmm.
on whatever you're doing. Basically, if you're not consistent, if you're not making that post every day, and you're not giving the folks what they want to see, then they're not gonna want to come back to you. They're gonna forget about you. But rather, if you
That's right.
Hmm.
posting something every day, and some they like, okay, yeah, I know Cinco got something on this and stuff like that. Like if
That's
you're not
right.
consistent, you're not gonna be able to make it happen basically. And then consistent, it can fall on focus in a way. I want to say stay focused. Like when I say stay focused, I want to say like have your stuff ready. Like stay focused on what you got doing. Like if you know you need to make a plan book, basically. When I say stay focused, you gotta have your plan book. Okay, so basically I know
Mm-hmm.
I need to do this. I basically not a plan book, your goals. Just say your goals.
That's
Like
right.
oh, I know I need to do this to get here basically, and I need to do that to do this
Mhm.
basically and stuff like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, go ahead, C. I'm
No,
sorry.
I
I
want
just want him to get that out.
no worries. Those were jewels that needed to be heard. I wanted to just go back because we bringing up that business side, and a lot of people go into something. It may be a hobby, a strong hobby like writing and singing and producing, but
Mm-hmm.
you seem to know that the business side was just as important, if not more important, at an early age. Can you
Hmm.
share with us why you decided to go strong and understand the business side, and that's just not just be someone out there rapping or singing songs? Can you share with us, those that are listening, the importance of knowing the business side of
Hmm.
anything you get into?
I know the importance is because, like, we could take it back to, like, when I said I was playing, like, I was playing, but I was still, don't get me wrong, I was still doing shows at a young age, too. So I was still doing shows, still making music and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
it was like, I was doing all of that stuff, and then it was like, I really wasn't seeing much from it. So basically, I wasn't seeing much from it. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. I know it's something else that got to be done to even
Right.
make start this right here. Because before you get a show, you want to make sure you got the business done down packed before you
Mm-hmm.
got
That's right.
anything going that
Mm-hmm.
show basically. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, it was easy to get in here, get on the stage, and do all that stuff. But I know it's more to it, basically. So over the years, I was just thinking, like, okay, I'm trying it, and over the years, I'm trying different routes to proceed to go up with my music and stuff. And it was like I would see at some outcome, and I would see it go back down, flop, and all that stuff. Like every day
Hmm.
ain't gonna be a good day with it. That's one thing too.
Right.
Every day is not gonna. You're gonna have some days where it's just standstill, like, and you just like money, you make $1 today and stuff like that. But the next day you might get
Hmm.
blessed with $100. Like you never know. So it was it was that. That's it was important with that because after that I met Blue. Ain't nobody gonna look just say, hey, come on, man, you can be part of this team. I'm gonna go ahead and pay $250 for your studio time or this music
Right.
video
That's
and
right.
That's
all that.
right.
And I was like, okay, yeah. So ain't no handout. Ain't nobody giving no handout. So I was like,
That's
okay,
right.
what's a handout? I got to get on my stuff and I got to give it to y'all. So I got to go get a
That's
Hmm.
right.
bag, basically. Yep. So that's when I knew it was time for the business side. Yep.
Yeah, and
That's
that's
right.
important.
And you can't do one without the art at one without the other. You know, you can be an
Mm-hmm.
artist, but you
Right.
are a recording artist. So there's difference between being
Mm-hmm.
an artist and a
Hmm.
recording artist. You got to know the business. That makes it
Right.
easy. That's
Right.
part of your foundation. That makes it easier for you to do what you need to do and know what you need to do and how you need to move around and act
Hmm.
accordingly.
Hmm.
Um, Now for you, what's next for Forever Pay Cinco?
Um. Well, I know I got some merch. I'm gonna end up dropping this project. I'm gonna end up dropping a project, and with that project behind it, I want to have merch behind it, just supporting it, having the meaning behind the project on like shirts and hoodies and all that good stuff. And after that, it's just gonna keep coming. It's gonna keep coming. I want to just keep making music, keep giving folks content and stuff for them to watch. But I know I want to drop an EP soon. I'm gonna drop an EP called Land of the Apes because I mean, it was a time where I felt like I was in the land of the apes and I was out here in the jungle basically, and everybody knows being in the jungle it ain't easy. So basically, I want to have meaning behind this EP, and I'm gonna end up dropping this probably in like 2 3
Hmm.
months. I just in the process, yeah, and that'll probably be the next thing y'all have coming from me. I'll probably end up dropping. I know I got a single to dropping tomorrow called Tragic. It's gonna be on all major platforms,
All right.
iTunes, Spotify, all
Look
that good
at
stuff.
you.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
ready. You like,
yeah.
listen, I done
And we
got
been
my big pinky toe in the dough. Now, by the time I get down, I'm about to have my whole foot up in there. Ain't
it,
nothing wrong with it.
it was in the back of my head at first. I had to bring it back to the front of my head. I was like, oh yeah, I got a single dropping tomorrow. That's right. Yeah, I got a single dropping tomorrow, y'all. So I want y'all to go tune in. Stream it, download it, share it, and support it. That mean a lot.
Tell them the title of it so they can know what to look for.
Okay, so on iTunes is forever page Cinco, and then it'll be tragic, and then that's all you have to type in on iTunes and Apple Music, Spotify, all the little apps you can listen to music for. That's all you had to type in on that. But if y'all want to follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, it's forever page Cinco. I'm getting my Twitter built. I'm getting Spotify, all that stuff built right now. So that will be coming soon. Y'all just got to tune in to my Instagram now. And if y'all watching, y'all know when I got a new account. So don't fall for the fake accounts. Y'all see them, all that good stuff, man. Y'all got to tune in to my IG. The IG, that's what's going down at right now. Forever Page Cinco. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Well, we so appreciate you coming to kick it with us here in the chat room, taking your time and your energy to kind of share your life with us and your vision. And we appreciate you for that. Make sure you tag us on Instagram so that and share and follow us on Instagram as well so that we can share your music when you drop your sample marketing clips and things. We like to be able to share and allow our viewers to be able to see all the things that you do and show our support. We're proud of you. We are proud of you.
Thank you so much.
You're
I
taking
appreciate
what
y'all.
just the vision to another level.
And I appreciate y'all for letting me come up here, do this opportunity. I mean, it's big for me as much as it's big for y'all just to get on here and do this. So I mean, yeah, I thank y'all for this opportunity for real. It mean a
You are
lot.
so welcome.
You are
And you're
so
welcome
very
back
welcome.
anytime.
Anytime, if you just got something on your spirit to talk about, just be like, I always want to talk about a few things. We got you. We're gonna make it happen.
Okay,
We'll make it happen.
that sound like it can work. Yes, sir.
But when you have your show here, make sure you tag us so that we can share it. We appreciate you guys. This is one thing I want to point out because shout out to Reese because what she said was you have to be all and all in one: entertainer, artist, recording artist, businessman, and leader. And everybody is chiming in as far as your support, and they are all really saying the same thing about you. They know how far you can go, that you can go. The sky is never the limit. You know how they always say, well, the sky is the limit. No, you can go beyond the sky if that's what you choose to do. And when you have people around you, Lala, Trina, Reese, those people that are like, listen, we know that you can go beyond the sky, and they're willing to help you do that. They're willing to be there in whatever capacity they need to be. And I appreciate them for being that support system for you as well.
Right. When you get a chance, Cinco, just look at
shouts
all
out to y'all,
there's a ton of comments with all the support in the chat. So when you get a chance, we tried to flash them on the screen so you can see them, but your support is in the house supporting.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see all the comments. I see the option now. Though. That's what's up.
Absolutely.
I appreciate all y'all, everybody who came on the live too. I can't forget about y'all, man. I cannot forget about y'all for real. Man, I appreciate y'all so much for just coming on here supporting me, and it means a lot. I want to I want to see some more support, and I'm gonna show y'all some love back.
Absolutely. Out
And
there
Blue, it's
making
been
it
a
do what
minute
it do.
since you came to chat with us, Blue. Don't think we're not counting the minutes now.
Yeah, he actually has he got a hardcore grind interview getting ready to come out.
Awesome.
So yeah, Blue over there, he doing it. We've been rocking with Blue for about 7 years, and we appreciate him. He always sends us music. He always thinks about us, and he always has us into his journey. And we appreciate him for that, and we appreciate you. And again, as Toni said, you are welcome back anytime.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, and stay safe.
Shouts out to Blue, man. Shouts out to Blue, y'all.
Yep, shout out to Blue Marley. I love it when we're able to get new artists on here. I love to be able to experience artists. It's funny because I was talking to A&R person earlier today, and we like to be able to experience the artist in a different light. We see artists doing so many things on social media just from us watching,
Right.
but we never see a business side of them. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. And I like when they come on and we're able to see that business side.
Right.
It's more than just what the media wants us to see. We're able to see, like, this is a businessman. He don't have to be inappropriate. He's not drinking. He's not smoking. He's handling his business. And that's what we like to see, because we know that when you start bringing us music, you are aware of what your platform stands for. And we thank him for that.
Right. And that's why I wanted him to share with the young people, the young audience that is listening, that it's more than just the music. You have to understand the business side in order to continue to be successful in what you're doing, and to understand all the components, and he learned it at such a young age.
That's right.
So we're so proud of him.
Well, we so appreciate you guys coming to kick it with us in the chat room. Tune in, give us 2 shakes. We will be right back with the Black Al Capone coming in at 8:15. We'll see you guys in 2 shakes.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.